New at 6, a Suffolk mom and teacher is worried about how to financially take care of her kids. Come January, her minor children will no longer receive the survivor's benefit annuity they've gotten since their Navy dad died 5 years ago.
This is the result of a change in the National Defense Authorization Act, and she knows she can't be the only one.
It is extremely stressful.
A for sale sign outside the house. Inside, a worried mother of two who's taking her kids and moving to a place with a lower cost of living.
I know that I have to take care of my kids.
Shanoa Kent got divorced from Navy electronics technician First Class Charles Finley when their children, now 11 and 14, were toddlers. They remained friends as he deployed over the open seas until August of 2017.
We have discovered other bodies.
He was still in his bed when they were hit by another ship.
The tragic collision between the USS John McCain and an oil tanker near Singapore took the lives of Finley and 9 other sailors.
These are Charles's dog tags.
That instantly meant Kent's children became eligible for what's called the Survivor's Benefit Plan's optional annuity, $740 a month for each child. But then last month, Kent received this letter from the Defense Finance Accounting Service with bad news.
In January of this year, we are losing that benefit that he had left for the children to take care of them. It is $142,000 total up until, of course, of where they turn 22.
Because according to a new law, beginning in January, those payments revert to the surviving spouse only. The children get nothing because Finley had recently remarried before he died.
Honestly, when I truly sit down and think about it, I see it as a disservice to Charles because of one thing. We were still friends when he divorced. And one thing he always wanted to make sure is he took care of both his children and his spouse. And if that's something that he chose, I was actually shocked.
This law came as a result of years of fighting the so-called widow tax by surviving spouses who lost service members in the line of duty. The amount of money they got from a VA fund for dependents was deducted from the amount they received from the Survivor Benefit Plan, or SBP. To avoid losing that money, some opted for the SBP to be paid to their dependent children only. That's the money Kent's children have been receiving. But now the SBP money is reverting to the spouse only. That allows the widow to get both the VA money and the SBP in full. But if you're not the surviving spouse, you're out of luck.
So I'm certain I'm not the only family that this is affecting.
We took Kent's concern to Senator Tim Kaine.
Is that something that you would be willing to examine, or
Janet, absolutely, and we would be glad to look into this and either do casework for the individual or potentially see whether there's a fix to this program that we can work on in the next version of the NDAA.
We had to put our house up for sale. I had to tell administration that I have to break my teaching contract, and we have to relocate to a more affordable area.
And Senator Kaine's office has reached out to Kent. We also heard from her ex-husband's widow, Rio Finley, who says, "I love my husband and his children. I will do my best personally to try and fix this with their mother."